here slowly. We're working on it. So today I am installing the Cadex Turbo Snail on this version 2 because I want this to be able to record HD for my long range trip. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm setting this tiny little quad up for extreme long range. And I don't even think this thing is going to weigh 170 grams when I'm done. It's also probably going to be running, to start off with, we're going to be running it on 3S 450 at 75C. And then I'm going to switch over to LiPo packs and see exactly how far we can get. So I have a micro ELRS receiver coming for this, which should give me 10 to 12 miles of range, properly executed. So I will be able to record long range, take this extremely far. I have to figure out whether this VTX is going to cut it, which I don't think it is. I think this is only going to put out 200 milliwatts tops. I'm going to have to bump this up to at least 600 or better if I want any kind of real decent long range out of this. But remember, this is going to be extreme long range rig. So it is ELRS extended, micro antenna. I've got a ton of stuff going on here. Right now I'm on desoldering this camera that's currently on here. I'm going to go ahead and use this screwdriver to do it. We're just going to heat up the tip until it's nice and red hot. That way I can just remove these wires easily without having to get in there with my soldering gun and touching extra stuff that is completely unnecessary to touch. So, yeah. I'll check the comments here in a second, guys. I'm sorry, I have you on my tablet right now. That should be enough to undo that. Get off there, bro. Oh man, I may have to go get my soldering gun. Not gonna be hot enough, huh? Alright, let me go get a real torch. I'll be right back. Hold the fort down. Check the comments here. Let's see, live chat. There we go. Rue, what's up, buddy? Hold the fort down, man. I'm gonna go grab a real serious torch so that I can heat this up properly. Alright, we're going to pull out the butane torch for this one because this is going to be necessary. So we'll go ahead and turn this on lightly. There we go. If I have to turn it up, I will. I shouldn't have to, though. A lot of heat coming out of here. There we go. It's getting red. Should be enough to undo that solder joint. I'll tell you what, that must be some hard solder. Let's heat her up more. Brian, what kind of solder did you use on this thing, man? I'll get her red hot if that's the case. There we go. That's pretty hot. Come on off there. Jeez. That's crazy how hot this has to be to take that. Brian used some crazy solder, I'm thinking. Alright. Take her up another level then. That's stupid hot now, boy. That should come right off there. I am fascinated by how hard this solder is, to be honest with you. I've never seen solder put up such a fight on a red hot tip like that. It is refusing to come off of there. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Guys, that tip was red hot, and that camera wire is choosing not to come off there. I don't know what solder Brian used, but it's yeah, that's I've never seen anything like that before. Okay, well, we're gonna have to escalate this situation because that should just pop right off there under direct heat, and it's not even trying to come off. That is very interesting. Okay, well, I guess it's time I get my solder gun out, huh? Let's do it. Okay. Let's escalate the situation a bit. We're going to take this up a notch. Damn it. There we go. Okay. Unplug this guy right here. And we'll plug in the solder gun. I've literally never seen solder put up such a fight, so we're going to switch over to the tip. I didn't really think I would have to do this, but it looks like it's going to be necessary, so let's do it. Let us do it. Crank this way up, put her at 450 degrees. Matter of fact, let me grab my players too. All right, so we got 6 people in here just chilling. Let me turn on the messages here. Wow, now I'm intrigued. I need to see this through. How long will it take to get it apart? That is a very good question, man. I have no idea. I'm hoping that after this gets hot, we'll be good to go. So. I'm a lazy workbench person. I like to lay down on my bed and do these projects. All right, I can smell that tip getting nice and hot now. Should be putting out a fair amount of heat at this point. That's getting there. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy how fast it took that off, but the red tip wouldn't. Tell me how that's possible, guys. My solder gun just took it right off, but a absolutely red hot piece of steel couldn't. Look at that. Just boop, right off. Boop, right off. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's heat these pads up again. There we go. Get the puddles all nice and seated again. There we go. All right. Nothing should be touching that I can see anywhere. Okay. Because I already had these soldered up, so let's clean these up. This was soldered onto another project already, so let's get these nice and hot again. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, so these should go down pretty easily. Make sure these aren't tangled up. I hate tangled wires. I am not a fan of tangled wires. We'll do each one of these individually. Because I want HD footage. If I'm going to continue down this road, I want HD. So no matter what, that one has to cross underneath and this one has to go over the top. I hate it, but it is what it is. All right. Oh, give me one sec here. Check this message. All right, it's just a Temu order. Temu. Pull this back up. Look at my pads. Make sure I've got the construct right on the pads. Yep. Okay. Grab this one lightly with the pliers. Put that in the corner. Heat that solder up until it sits right on that pad beautifully like that. Excellent. Next should be red to the 5-volt pad. Let's see, in between bats, so this should be 5-volt. That's not doing very good. Let's resolder that a bit. Just tap that. Give that pad some fresh. There we go. And we'll give this one a little bit of fresh. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Should go right on there now. Stop moving. There she is. All right. And then the yellow on the end here. VBAT. I'm going to redo that red one slightly just because it did not go down there very smooth. Okay. That's only because this had stress on it. Let's tap that one more time. There we go. There. All right. Should be good to go. Little tiny ass wires I'm dealing with here, folks. All right, turn that off. Let's make sure no metal pieces are touching anywhere. And let's see if this board gets any kind of power. There we go. We got power on that board. Should be good to go. Okay. Well, that was part of the fun. Looks like it's working. Let me get my goggles real fast. We'll test that. Unplug this for the moment. Once we get the camera figured out, I'll have to mount it. Let me do a tune in with my goggles here. Plug these guys in. Rapid fire. Okay, let's do a quick channel scan. Oh, I'm getting a lot of channels. It's a dirty receiver for sure. Let's try R2. R2 is perfect. I have video. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It actually looks really good. Tamper with these wires, make sure they're locked in. Yep, we are good to go. Okay, we got video feed on the Cadex Turbo V2, so now I can record in 1080p, which is exactly what I wanted. So now I can do some no GoPro necessary HD recording on this puppy, so this should look really good. I put this in another craft, and I don't know if you guys know, but these cameras, these Cadex HD cameras are really nice, but they're also pretty expensive. These are about $80, and it's a split cam, so it's supplying analog signal 5.8, and it's also recording in HD at the same time. So, but it actually gives you a really good recording. So if you flip it over, your SD card goes in that slot right there, as you can see on the bottom, and then you can do HD recording. So I think from here, we're going to remount the VTX on top, or I'm going to put this on there and then put the VTX on. So let's see what works easiest, because my SD card slot is going to be out this side. So I should be able to put that down on top of there. If I have to flip this over, I will, but let's see here. Is this going to fit in the stack? Now watch it not fit, then I'll be very upset. Oh, I may have to flip it over. Yep, looks like I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to run her on the back side to make it work. Or I'm going to have to change my stack screws to something longer, but we'll see. Let's get that over here like so. Are my stack screws not lining up? Oh, I see what's going on here. Oh, damn. I'm going to have to turn this all the way around. Well, that is not what I wanted to do, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah, okay. So let's damn, I can't do it that way. Gonna have to get some longer stack screws. Oh, I didn't want to. Is that what I'm gonna have to do? That's what it looks like. Looks like I'm gonna have to get some longer stack screws to make this work. Grr. I have clearance for the VTX. If I do that, I just got to get this to seat a little better. So if I go that route, which it looks like I don't have a choice, I'm going to be sitting on top of that. Might be beneficial for me to just turn that board around so that that camera can sit solid on there. That's what I might have to do. Or I can pull the whole stack and put this on the bottom and then put everything on top. Yeah, These projects are fun because it makes you think a lot. Thoughts. What thoughts should we go with here, folks? What should we do? What are you building, Dr. Frankenstein? I, Jim, am putting HD on here, but I'm trying to add the CADX turbo cam to this, but unfortunately this thing is putting up a huge fight. It's getting a good placement for this is difficult. I suppose I can try it this way one more time. But it seems like that's what's hitting it. I don't like that. Ugh, I wish I had longer stack screws. It's making contact with this right here. I could rotate this, I guess. I don't know if that would end up putting me in it. So the flight controller right now is being the obstacle. This is being the instrument of frustration at the moment. How should I mount you? My solder's holding up good, so I'm not concerned about the wires. And if I put it that way, I'll have to slide the SD card in backwards. And if I put it this way, it still makes contact with the board right here. So that's not going to fit over that. It gets close, but it doesn't. All right. I got to see if I got longer stack screws. That's what I think this is going to come down to, some longer stack screws. If not, I'll order some. Let's see what I've got. A bunch of flight controllers, but I don't see any stack. Oh, I do have stack screws in there. Oh, they're not long enough though. All right, well, I got a whole thing of flight controllers. No. Oh gosh, do I not have? Success motors. Maybe a run cam. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to order some longer stack screws. I think I'll see if my other rig has any in it. I might be able to pull them. All right, I can part out this old rig and use these, I think. These should accomplish the task, so I can pull this old F3 flight stack apart. Instead of having to wait to order some, I can pull all this down, and I think I can swap these screws out fairly easily. Let's see, cut these. Let's see what happens. Can I raise them? Can you let me raise them? It's not gonna work. Damn, man, I really want to get this camera in there. I absolutely hate the camera that's in it. Ah, it's frustrating. But to get this to seat right, it's gonna have to be the other way around. It's gotta be this way. I'm fine. Good. And it has to come up a little bit. Oh, damn, that's so frustrating. That's how it should be. And each screw goes through. But they're just too short to close the gap. Alright, well, that sucks. I'm gonna have to put this project on hold till I get a hold of Clinton and see if he's got some longer stack screws I can use, because unfortunately this is not gonna cut it. They are just too short to accomplish the task that I need to do. They need to be just a tad bit longer, because I still have to put my VTX back in there after the fact, which is going to go on this side, so the VTX will end up going back. Actually, I might be able to put it. No, it's going to have to. It's going to have to go this way on the top, like that. So this will go around those wires, and then it'll get pulled tight over to there. And then it'll be squeezed. That's going to be a very squeezed stack, that is for sure. But I think it'll work. Could always flip it upside down, I guess, and just put one screw through it and let it hang out the side a little bit like that. That would not affect it in the slightest. Or I could flip it over upside down. Alright, there's options, folks. There's options. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to remove some of these rubbers down here on the bottom, and that might just give me the room I need to punch the board through. There's extra O-rings on the bottom here, and if I pull those, I might have just enough to get this refitted back on there. So let me do that. I'll get back to you guys here in a little bit. Let me see if I can put this stack together. I got too much going on now at this point to stop the project. Full commitment. Let's go. Oh boy. This is a little further than I really wanted to go with this, but that's alright. You gotta do what you gotta do. So for now, I'll pick this up. And we'll lay the VTX in that right here. It's not in the way. Let me pull these nuts off here. I'm going to see if I can just lift the whole stack and set it back down. Of course, the one on the bottom is spinning, so I'm going to have to put this on there to keep that from spinning. There we go. Let's remove some of these O-rings, and I think we can get this accomplished. We got one too many O-rings in here. I get it. That was a plan. Grrr. Come on, get off there. We break confidentiality. Monica loses. You get your $15 million. There we go. We'll let it roll for now. Oh, this one's gonna be a pain in my balls because it's right next to that connector. Come on, get out of there. There we go. All right. So let's pull this up. Now that I've got that loose, let's pull this up. Let's disconnect the flight controller real fast. If I can get it off there. There we go. Disconnect that. I should be able to pull this up now. Come on out of there. I want to talk to you like a person. There we go. let's remove. We're going to remove these O-rings here. Leave just one on each side. Because those should sit. Yeah, that'll be perfect. I hate having to pull the stack on these things, man. It's gonna be such a pain in the butt when you want to add new components. There we go. There's those. So we got 4 of those. Let's see how low that helps it sit now. I'm not going to hook the flight controller back up just yet. We're just going to push everything down and see where we're at. Alright, so all those are up now. Now let's see what we got going on here. Should we put it this way? Let's do it this way. Let's see what kind of room we got now. Okay. Let's flip you over on your face. Let's see what it does this way now. Oh, so close.
I lied.
Yep, I think if we remove those 2 O-rings on the bottom, we will have just the right amount of room to get this on there. Alright. Pull the stack. Let's get the rest of these off here. Which means I have to pull the motors up now. Come on up. Get off there. There we go. One. Disconnect this motor. Alright. Disconnect that one. There we go. Get off there. There we go. Alright. That. Those 2. Excellent.
You want to know why he went to see Monica? She didn't tell me. Because he doesn't know the idea to stir her up against Daniel was yours in the first place. He doesn't need to know. So you don't trust him with that, but you trust him to go up against Daniel himself. He came to me with a way to put us back in a position to win Folsom Police.
Okay.
Well, I know. Well, excuse me. Mike, I just wanted to apologize to you both yesterday. It's a good idea. Just
There we go. And we're just going to use these small ones on the bottom. There we go. Put the small ones back down. They will consume the least amount of room. Push that back up. Pop these off. All right, so we're eliminating just the red ones.
I'm sure if you were to ask Judge Henderson, say how about his cool,
Come on. There we go. You dog. Get on there. There's that.
That's why we won't be asking about your best.
Push that back down. All right.
We found 6 people working with this, how we're going to provide it. He didn't. Room service, concierge, housekeeping. Maybe we should get that again. Think you want a cigarette? Mind you, we're going to cheat about.
Okay. Whew. There we go. Get that through there.
Yes, I did.
Drop this back down.
I think we're good. Yeah. You got me to embarrass myself. But you already did that. They told everyone else nothing terrible.
Okay.
I know.
Come on. You can do it. Come on. See it all the way. There we go. Alright, so that is seated now. Plug the motors back in here.
You're still the one who fired it 24 hours after the conduct. That's what a jury's going to focus on.
There's one. That'll take a little stress off the motors too, so I'm okay with actually doing that. Two,
You piece of shit.
3, and 4. Okay, get these out of the way now. Okay, flight controller up next. Push that down slightly to help that in.
You know what I cared about? Monica. She was so smart and so beautiful. I knew she was out of my league, but I kept trying because I just thought if she just got to know me. And then I found out that whole time she was with me. Yeah. I want you to know exactly what I mean.
Now's the time to decide if I want to flip this over or not.
Me over the edge. You threatening was threatening? You told me. You ever do anything to me ever again. You ever so much.
Alright,
Tell me
push all those up until they're tight, like so. There we go. Drop these back down. Get off my finger, thank you. Yeah, that'll work, okay. I might even be able to cut these down slightly.
No, I'm here to say I'm sorry. You're right. Jessica.
That was her. Welcome to the world, State President.
It does.
So you came all the way here to say
All right.
sorry.
Now, let's see if we even need the other O-rings or not. Let's see if that pops on there now without the other O-rings. Comfortably.
That's the whole point.
No, the whole point is that she's not the only one you're looking into.
What I said about Lewis Lynn is factually accurate. Did you think we're going to drop the case because of
I'm
that?
not talking about him. I'm talking about the 113 women who are suing false and
There we go.
The those cases are their own thing.
They're being told they can't get what they want because they're not good.
All right.
That has nothing to do with me.
He's being naive now. He's using your suit to drive us into the ground, and driving us into the ground means losing these cases.
Let's see where we're
What do you
sitting.
want?
Screw these spots. Decide for yourself.
Is that gonna work? I think it will.
What makes you think I'll even care?
Naive.
Yeah.
Remember?
I think that'll work. Okay, so we'll just have to move these wires down slightly.
Mike Ross went to see Monica East again.
There we go, like that. Those will go there.
He's another you.
Plug in the flight controller
We have to
again.
apologize for lying to him the first time.
He didn't
This is gonna be rough.
We did.
like the two of you lied to me and had nothing to do.
How about we call it even?
It's nowhere near you.
Isn't it?
What's this?
You got her to settle.
It wasn't
There we go.
This is not gonna solve easy.
Held a lot less than $15 million.
She doesn't need to.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I was right to fire her.
That's not what this is about, and you know it.
We.
You made me look like a fool. With her. And this made me look like a fool too.
No one cares what he said in that deposition.
You think I think you should know what he said in that deposition? I meant it inside me.
Mhm.
I can't believe it every move. I should have seen it coming.
You made a decision under the gun.
I'm not believing it.
We beat it because you kept your cool when I were in a loop. Keep your cool now, signing this agreement. Let's beat it again.
You look happy.
So you
Mhm.
Pressure's off. No more essay.
you finished?
I had a breakthrough.
What was it?
I'm a paralegal.
Rachel, please tell me that doesn't.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a great way. Do you know what the length of an average corporate lawyer's career is?
30 years.
Wrong.
There's that one.
Whoa.
Because they hate it. Not me.
Oh,
I think I work with 75% of our associates, and I love it.
Which means when you get out, you won't be disillusioned.
No, I'll be unleashed. And that's why I told them in my essay. In other words,
You're going to be the best damn lawyer they've ever seen.
I'm going to Harvard.
You really are.
alright. That one's in, that one's in.
What?
Tighten these down real quick.
Just, kidding. Not going to be here anymore. You'll be there. Boston.
Cambridge.
Guess I'll just have to get used to that.
I guess I'll have to
Beautiful.
do that too.
Okay.
No,
Unless there's something present.
no, I was just going to.
Hey, what happened here?
What are you talking about?
The doll.
We'll sign it in.
It isn't. Wait a second. Your eye for detail, one record skew, and
Alright.
it ends in a week.
You stress my Miles Davis.
That will go up and over.
I was pissed.
It's so emotional.
Lost my cool.
You shouldn't have done that. I should have.
And this will go here.
I did.
When?
Right before Jessica said,
Close.
Alright.
I'll be home.
May have to take those out.
How'd it feel?
Good enough that I
We
can
shall
sit here.
see.
Look at you. You're beautiful. New day.
As a matter of fact, I do.
It is very
Okay.
someone special.
Never know.
Oh boy. Alright. VTX. VTX. What is going to be the best placement for you?
Kick your
that it? Nope.
Once again, I guess you're not here to ask for a favor.
You want to look at
Mm-hmm. So I have to remove these.
You're not the first man to have an affair.
the first to turn around and sue his former colleague for his own actions.
That's all you have.
Simply as folks, believe me, he will turn on you if you let him.
He's a contractor. Not
Gonna have to decide how I want to do this.
I'm telling you, pick him up before some foods. Don't let him in your house.
And I just told you he's not in my house. You're in my house.
What about houses would say?
Flip that one around and flip this one around to the outside.
You offered a merger once. Let's settle these cases, get it done.
And I should be able to tighten this guy into there.
You don't have much.
Yes or no?
Maybe.
Here's the problem. Merger looked good before, but now you got doing roast. So then here's some whatever.
There we go. That should fit into there like so. Beautiful.
We're filing to try 7 different cases in 7
And then I can tilt the
jurisdictions.
camera as needed. I like. I like it.
You'll see you for it.
Okay. So this VTX is definitely sitting a little higher than I wanted it to. It doesn't stop me from bottom mounting it though, which is probably what's going to end up having to happen. It's going to have to be mounted like so. And then that will stick out there. Yep. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Tuck these wires a bit. And that's not what I wanted. There. Put these on there so we can tighten those down. Get into FPV, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I love this. I love doing this kind of stuff.
We need to talk about resources.
We do. I did find fault in our signature.
Hardman put 7 cases on the fast.
There we go. Tighten these ones down.
We won't. At 10 a.m., the library will be packed. Instead of returning 113 calls, I'm going to take an hour and give them the State of the Union. Good. Not good enough.
There we go. That's how I record now, just with a quick tap. SD card goes in there. This is going to go out the back right here, like so. All right. And that's going to get mounted down below. Let's see, what side's the button on? Button, where's the button? Okay, so it's on that side, so this has to be mounted like this. Like so. Right there. Or I can completely reverse it and put it over there.
One of the 7 cases is in Massachusetts. I'm saying one of the cities nearby might have a private investigator.
Or I can run it all the way back to here, which is probably what's going to happen. It's going to go right there. Yep. No choice. I'm going to have to mount it right there. Okay. So I know where that's going. Let's get my sticky pad. sticky pad. Okay. Let us cut this down to size. And like so. Cut that down to about right there. There we go. Put this on the bottom of the VTX. And when I'm ready, I'll stick that down by removing the 3M tape. So now we can focus on getting the camera in place. Now that the board is seated, battery's in the correct spot. This all seems like it's in good condition. Okay. Well, let's see what's going to work easiest. Can I do it directly like this? Will that work good? Let's pull that down. Set this up here so I can see exactly how much room I have to work with here. So if I have to go shave this case down just slightly to allow the camera in there, I will. That's exactly what it looks like I'm going to have to do. Shave the lid slightly. Alright, I gotta go do some shaving, guys. I'll be back. I gotta be careful because I don't want to delaminate this, but I do need to make a little larger opening in here. So, I'll be back. I'll end the stream here. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Cheers. Toodles.